Hey guys, Jojo here in the Woman Cave, and I've been filming all day, thought I was almost done, and then I remembered, oh my goodness, I haven't given you guys my thoughts on Brightburn, the movie. Let's get on into it. So this will be a spoiler-filled video, so if you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest you go do that and then come back here and give me your thoughts on it. That way we can continue the discussion later. But for those of you who have watched it, guys, how good was that? I came out of the theater beaming because you guys know I love superheroes and I love horror, and this movie was definitely a mixed genre, which is interesting because you usually see if there's horror involved, it's usually the horror / comedy mixed genre, but in this case you see horror and superhero. So God, sorry guys, hold on a sec, I need to cough. So yeah, as I was saying, it's a mixed genre and it's experimental. They took so many risks with this and they were able to accomplish everything, like with flying colors. It was insane on both ends too, not just the superhero / super villain side of things, but also with the horror aspects too. And to see, as a fan of both worlds, like to see everything come together, it was so cool, and I'm a big fan of what they were able to do with this. Yeah, they did take Superman's origin story and basically flipped it on its head. You do still see kind of like the certain tropes and homages, like the double, like the alliteration that you see in the Superman story with like Clark Kent, Lois Lane, with character names like that. You see it in this movie as well. Like the kid's name is Brandon Breyer, and then the movie title Brightburn. So it's cool to see that, you know, and it takes place in Kansas as well. He falls out of the sky, and a couple who is having trouble conceiving finds him, and you know, they take it as a sign from the heavens to, you know, it was a blessing to them. So little do they know that the kid turns evil, and when I say evil, he's super evil. Like, it is crazy. I couldn't believe how far they took this either. The kills were insane, gory, it's just horrific, and I'm a horror fan, and I was like scared and surprised at certain parts, I guess because I wasn't expecting it to be like that extreme, and oh, they went there. And the kills were also really clever too, so I enjoyed that. The actual like origin and development, where he goes from, you know, being a nice innocent kid to the super villain extreme that he becomes, I think it was a little bit rushed in the beginning, like the first act. But I think it's because they wanted to spend more time seeing him be evil, you know, which I could appreciate. So it was insane how quick it happened, but it made sense because, you know, he wasn't of this world and he was hearing voices. It was like he was destined to be evil, and you know, the voices were like summoning him to the evil side. So yeah, it was just really well done. The acting was incredible. Like, wow, props to Elizabeth Banks and oh, what's his name? I forget his name. I think his last name's Denman. He's from The Office. Anyways, both of those actors are usually like doing comedy, so it was interesting to see them in this. So dark, you know, and to see those two extremes, like they're great actors, both of them. And the kid was a tremendous actor too. Like, I really believed that he was evil or that he was lying or like anything that happened. It was like, oh, this kid is gonna kill them any second. Like, you were scared. It was like he really made you feel that fear, you know? So yeah, definitely props to all the actors. Honestly guys, it was a simple story executed really well. Oh, and let's talk about the special effects. Wow, those were perfectly done in my opinion. Like, the CGI wasn't over the top, it wasn't in your face, there were practical effects as well, just mixed together in a way that it doesn't, like, you don't question it or like, oh, are those effects done? Or, oh, that looks kind of janky there, like, I don't know, whatever, yeah, it's fake, whatever, you know? You kind of get checked out sometimes with a lot of these big movies, but like with this one, you don't even think twice, you know? It's like, oh my god, that just happened. Gross, you know? Like, it really hits you, and it's disgusting. Like, there's definitely some gore porn in this. And that's why I was saying earlier that it was kind of unexpected when you did see all that gore and like the kills and all, just him being extremely evil. I thought, you know, this was gonna be more of like one of those movies where he's just contemplating like morality and what's good versus bad, you know, and he's figuring it out, and maybe in the last, like, I don't know, scene, he turns good again or something, you know. That's the predictable way to do it, but that's why I love this movie, because they didn't go with that, and it's not predictable, and it's really brutal, which is awesome, because that's what a supervillain is, you know, not predictable and freaking evil. So please, more of this. I hope that they continue. I hope that this movie does well enough that they expand the universe, because man, if they could, and if this does well, it will be really cool to see them do something reminiscent to the M. Night Shyamalan, like, Unbreakable universe that he tried to do. But yeah, I could see them doing that with this. There's definitely room to grow with the story, and, you know, in the movie they actually do show that it was a meteor shower that Brandon came down in. So there were other meteors too. It wasn't just his. So, you know, there's potential there for more characters, more villains to take over the world, and that would be awesome. I want to see that. I'm really excited. So please go watch this movie, support it. It's different, and, you know, some people might not like it because, oh, it messes with Superman's origin. It's not Superman, you know? Don't think of it like that. Yeah, they take little bits and pieces, you know, more as an homage than anything, more as a template for an origin, but yeah, it's definitely not Superman. So get over it, watch the movie, that way we could get more awesome movies. Alright guys, well, if you like this video, give me a like or subscribe, or both, I don't hate it, and you can catch me on Twitter and on Instagram at PopDotComix, and I guess I'll catch you all over there. Later.